Ancient India was a land of stories. Stories lived in every corner of this land, touching every aspect of life. These stories carried knowledge, history, and culture from one generation to the next. Each generation added something new to these stories, making them even richer. At the heart of this vibrant storytelling tradition was Akhyan, a Sanskrit word that captures the essence of narratives passed down through ages. Akhyans weren't just stories, they were also lessons about life and morality. These weren't just fables, they were windows into the soul of a civilization, reflecting its beliefs, values, and understanding of the universe. These stories united every part of society. Akhyan's roots lie in the Rigveda, the oldest of the Vedas, showing its ancient origins. The Rigveda preserved these stories and passed them down to future generations. The Rigveda, a collection of hymns, verses, and dialogues, uses Akhyan to tell stories of gods, heroes, and mythical beings. These stories deeply influenced religious and social life. Woven into the fabric of the Vedas, these narratives played a vital role in shaping the spiritual and cultural landscape of ancient India. These stories found their place in festivals, rituals, and daily life. Akhyans were more than just entertainment. They were tools for education, moral guidance, and philosophical exploration. They taught society about ethics and the deeper meaning of life. They provided a framework for understanding life, death, and the complexities of the universe, making them an integral part of ancient Indian society. These stories touched every aspect of life and gave direction to society. The word Akhyan itself holds the key to its importance. Derived from the Sanskrit root kiya, which means to tell, narrate, or make known, Akhyan signifies a story, a narration, or a tale that has been described. It emphasizes the act of telling, of passing down knowledge and wisdom orally, highlighting the importance of the spoken word in ancient Indian culture. Akhyan is more than just a story. It's an experience shared between the storyteller and the listener. It's about keeping traditions alive and connecting with the past. The word's etymology reveals its function as a vessel for transmitting cultural memory and historical understanding. The act of storytelling through Akhyan was considered sacred. It wasn't just about entertainment, it was about connecting with the divine, understanding the human condition, and passing on a civilization's values and beliefs. The world of Akhyan is rich with captivating stories passed down through generations that continue to inspire us today. Each one carries profound messages and moral dilemmas. These stories not only entertain but also teach us important life lessons. The story of Shunah Shepa, found in the Aitareya Brahmana, is about a young boy sold for sacrifice by his impoverished father. This story offers a glimpse into the social and religious practices of that time. His story explores themes of sacrifice, duty, and the power of faith, showing how a person's belief and courage can carry them through hardship, which provides insights into the complexities of human relationships and social norms. This story also teaches us how societal rules and traditions impact individual lives. The story of Pururavas and Urvashi, found in the Shatapatha Brahmana and later adapted into Kalidasa's famous play, tells the tragic love story between a mortal king and a celestial nymph. This love story helps us understand the depths and complexities of love. Their story explores themes of love, loss, longing, and the boundaries between the mortal and the divine, showing how the power of love can transcend limitations, highlighting the consequences of crossing forbidden lines. This story also teaches us how our actions have consequences, and we must be accountable for them. Another compelling Akhyan is the dialogue between Yama, the god of death, and Nachiketa, a young boy seeking truth about life and death. This story compels us to contemplate the deeper mysteries of life and the nature of the soul. Found in the Katha Upanishad, this narrative delves into the mysteries of the afterlife, the nature of the soul, and the pursuit of knowledge, offering profound insights into life's fundamental questions. which offers philosophical insights into life's fundamental questions. This story also teaches us how the pursuit of knowledge can lead us to the truth of the soul. The world of ancient Indian storytelling wasn't limited to a single narrative form. It was a vast and diverse tradition, encompassing many kinds of stories and narrative forms. Under the broad umbrella of Akhyan, we find distinctions like Upakhyan and Akhyayika, each with its unique characteristics and purpose. These distinctions play a key role not only in the structure of the stories, but also in their presentation and impact. Upakhyan, meaning near a story, refers to a short anecdotal narrative often embedded within a larger epic or discourse. It's a kind of short story used to highlight a specific point within the main narrative. These stories within stories serve to clarify a point, elaborate on a character's background, or impart a moral lesson. The purpose of Upakhyans is to help the audience understand the deeper meaning and message of the main narrative. They add depth and nuance to the main narrative, enriching the listener's understanding. Through Upakhyans, listeners not only enjoy the story but also learn from it. Akhyayika, on the other hand, is a more elaborate and independent narrative form. It's a story that stands on its own and doesn't rely on another narrative. Often translated as a small narrative, it signifies a fully developed story with a defined plot, characters and themes, often centering on historical or mythological figures and events. The purpose of Akhyayika is to provide the audience with a complete and satisfying narrative experience, which often center on historical or mythological figures and events. These stories not only entertain the audience, but also introduce them to important aspects of Indian history and culture. These different forms, woven together, created a rich tapestry of narratives that entertained, educated, and enlightened generations of listeners, teaching them important life lessons, showcasing the sophistication and diversity of ancient Indian storytelling. These stories not only entertained but also preserved and transmitted the society's moral and cultural values.